Alright, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to another video. I recently got access to Overwatch 2. However, today's the last day for the beta, which is July 19th. And it ended a few hours ago, unfortunately. However, I do have some gameplay of some games I played earlier. And so pretty much we're just going to be doing a voiceover. I can't even think of the last time I've done a voiceover, but I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, so we got some good old Overwatch 2. In case if you guys don't know, I used to play Overwatch a lot when I very first started my YouTube channel. Minecraft and Overwatch were my go-to games. And with Overwatch 2, I think it's officially releasing on October 4th. And they've added 2 new heroes to the game so far. There's Junker Queen, and she's a tank. And then there's Sojourn, which is a DPS character, damage. We got gameplay of both of them today. And also, we have gameplay of Doomfist as well. Because he used to be a DPS character, but now he is a tank. And they reworked him a little bit. But with Junker Queen, she's pretty fun to play. She has this like little gun thing that you can shoot, but she also has this knife that is kind of like Thor's hammer a little bit. You can throw it and then it comes back to you, which is really cool. When you throw the knife at someone, if it actually hits them, I think it either damages them a lot or it does damage like over time or something like that. But I know that when you pull the knife back, if it's still in them, they like kind of come forward to you a little bit. So it's pretty neat how it kind of pulls them closer towards you. Junker Queen also has this like hammer ability to where I think it works like Anna's little battery thing where you can't get healed for a certain amount of time, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I was just kind of focused on like trying out all the abilities, but here's a little like screenshot of all of the Junker Queen's abilities if you want to analyze them for yourself. There's also this ability where you can increase your health, I believe it's by 200, and your allies around you by 100, so that can definitely come in handy a lot by playing Junker Queen if your team is like ever getting low and there's not any healers around. Another feature is actually when you knife, just as you can see, I threw it, and it's a nice feature that they have because you can see that I was like punching with my fist, and then when I have my knife back in my hand, then I'm like hitting with the knife. So it's definitely cool, like the little like details that they pay attention to that. Very neat indeed. But yeah, Junker Queen's pretty good. I would say that, oh, that's her ultimate ability right there. She like swings her like little like sword or axe thing around and just charges straight forward. I don't really know all the stuff that it does, but I know that it damages like anyone who's in front of you. But there's also like a new like play style with Overwatch 2. They don't have competitive right now, they only have quick play, but you're moving this like little robot which moves pretty quickly, but it has like quite a bit of a distance to go as well. But it's neat that they're making like new things from regular Overwatch 1 that we're not used to seeing. There's also going to be a PvE part of Overwatch 2, so that's going to be interesting. This is just like the PvP portion of Overwatch 2 they were giving people access to. Yeah, it's always neat and satisfying to kind of like finish someone off when you have like that knife ability and you just throw it straight at them. I have a few plays in this video that you guys will see where we ended up doing that. The whole point of this game is to try and get the robot to cover more distance than your teammates. Like if it gets all the way to one end, then I'm pretty sure that you lose. But you can see at the top, literally they have 116 meters and we only have 1, so they're definitely beating us a lot by this game. Junker Queen's definitely pretty fun to play, even if you're like team's kind of like doing bad or if it's not really going that well, because this game like we did terrible, but it was just fun to play her because of all her abilities. That was a nice like ultimate right there where I could kind of just go in front of all of them. I think I hit 3 people right there, and then I just took out Soldier 76. I threw my knife trying to aim it at that Widow, which I have no clue what that Widow was doing because she was just standing still. But then the robot, look, that was satisfying. I finished off that Mercy with the knife. Those are the plays that are really cool to get, I think. You know, I think a main reason why we ended up losing this game is because we had a Genji on our team that wasn't really getting too many kills. That's the thing. I forgot to mention, Overwatch 2 is 5v5 instead of 6v6 like how it was in Overwatch 1. And so basically that means that you lose a tank. You still have 2 healers, 2 damage, but there's only 1 tank, which isn't too bad. I've heard some people complain about that, but I think, you know, you just have to adapt to the new play style. It's kind of less chaotic too. There's not as much like crazy stuff that's going on because, you know, in Overwatch that can already happen. But yep, we lost this game for sure. The only thing that sucks is that you can't get sextuple kills. It's always just gonna be quintuple kills, but hey, you know, it is what it is. But you do play on some of the same, like, similar maps. Like, this is definitely a map that was familiar to regular Overwatch. It's so cool just to use like a hammer because Reinhardt has a hammer, and then just to use like a hammer on him. I don't know, I think that's pretty neat. Got the Anna right there. And there goes the, what's his name? Zenyatta. That Mei right there was just focused on freezing me. And that knife kind of like saved me. It got quite a bit of damage on her. Junker Queen's gun actually kind of reminds me of Ashe's weapon a little bit. Like, I feel like it's pretty similar. I don't know if it is like stats wise though. We end up taking over this point because they forget to get on point. I get like a double kill here after the game ends. Another familiar map from Overwatch. Then after a while, if you don't take your knife back, it automatically comes to you. So like you can see how I stuck the Mei, it will just eventually come back. That was a good play right there on that Zenyatta. I got him low, stuck him with the knife, pulled him towards me, and then knifed him. Here goes the Roadhog trying to make it on point. Felt bad for him, but we were dominating this round. And yeah, we ended up winning this round. Very epic. So as for Sojourn, you can see that she has this sliding ability, and she can jump after the sliding ability. The orb pretty much damages enemies with inside of it. And then once you shoot your weapon, it's kind of like 76's weapon a little bit. Once you get enough damage on someone, you can actually get this like little beam thing. And here are all the stats if you want to see all of them. But you have this like little like beam thing that you can right click after you charge up your weapon and get enough damage on an enemy. But you can see once you use your ultimate here, I think it only happens one time, but it will recycle your ammo, so you won't even have to reload, but it's only one time. So like if you only have like 5 rounds out of 45 left, it will automatically reload that without any delay, but it only happens one more time. So if you go down to 0 again after you run out of all your reloaded clip, then you'll have to still end up reloading. Then I ended up trying out something here. When you use your ultimate, and if you're hitting headshots and you use your right click ability, you can just instantly eliminate like enemies like this. But you also have to think that if this was a real game to be doing that, you'd have to be hitting headshots, and you'd also have to have like these kills on probably like not super high HP heroes like a Roadhog or something. Unless they're low, you're probably not going to instant KO them. But if you headshot like a Widow or a Mercy, you know, it might work, but you'll have to have some pretty good aim too. But I think, I don't know for sure, but I believe if you use your ultimate, let's see. Yeah, it instantly charges up. Yeah, so if you, as soon as you eliminate someone, it instantly charges up to where you can like use that beam thing again as long as you eliminate them, it seems. Got the elimination on Mercy there with the final beam. But you know, Sojourn is pretty fun to play, but I think my favorite new hero between the two would have to be Junker Queen, because I just love her like knife throwing ability. It reminds me a lot of Thor, and you know, Thor's pretty cool. And then we had a Bastion right here that was all by himself, and I just finished him off with the beam. However, he does end up getting rezzed here shortly. Yeah, you can hear that Mercy res right there. But we just end up finishing him off again with the beam. Then there was a Zenyatta that was up here. He got pretty low, but he decided to run away. So just with Sojourn's jump right there, I decided to follow him. He was charging up his weapon because he knew I was coming down for him, but once again finished him off with the beam. Then Mercy comes and rezzes him, but we finish off her. And then actually look at this. I used my jumping ability, and I almost died there, but I ended up eliminating him because I jumped kind of over him a little bit and then used the beam. That was a pretty sick play. But yeah, Overwatch 2 is not going to be its own game. I think when October hits, Overwatch 2 will be Overwatch. So Overwatch 1 will no longer exist with all like the different changes and stuff. And I think it's probably a good thing because Overwatch, it's not like a super duper popular game. The first like day that beta was coming out to like streamers and stuff, it was popular on Twitch, but then it kind of like died down again. So to have two separate games might not be the best idea. So it is good that they're making it just into one. But we don't end up getting the payload all the way to the end. So, but we got it pretty close, so it wasn't that bad. Yeah, and that was just an insane play right there. Mercy damage boosting me, and then the Reaper coming in as well. Then we have this Junker Queen here, who I'm like trying to solo, but she has so much health, and so my team comes and helps me out. I don't even know what that Sombra was doing, to be honest. I swapped to Hanzo last minute because I was like, let me get some few picks because we were both teams were on this payload for quite some time, but we ended up pulling off the victory anyways. Now we got some Doomfist gameplay. So he still has this charging fist that you can use, but now you can kind of like hold it in front of you and absorb all the damage from enemies, opposing players. And that charges up your fist even more to where you punch someone, it does more like knockback, I think, and more damage. And I'm not sure if it does anything with like the shooting as well, if it increases the damage for that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. See right here, yeah, you can see that I'm getting shot at by the Zenyatta, and I can just charge up my fist a little bit. And then get some knockback from the Junker Queen there. This map is actually pretty funny because with Doomfist you can get knocked back, and well, you guys will see in a little bit how it becomes useful. Look, we got the Junker Queen right here. And look, she just goes flying off the edge. She was gonna go back and retreat, but we're just like, nope, bye-bye. She definitely probably wasn't expecting that. Then we had the Mercy there. I don't know what she was doing. She just went on point for some reason when her team wasn't really there, I don't think. And his ultimate is still the same. You saw the meteor strike, and I punched the Junker Queen again into that same spot off of the cliff. I wonder if she started to get triggered, who knows, but we started popping off here. The whole entire team was playing really well together. And we had a Tracer that was trying to extend point for them, but just couldn't make it. Then we have the last game here, trying to charge up my fist a little bit, take out the Bastion, but I barely missed him because he ended up moving out. That slam impact ended up hitting Tracer, and as you can see, I missed the Junker Queen and eliminated myself. That's the thing with those plays. If you're gonna go with the play to hit someone off, you gotta try your best to actually hit them, because otherwise it's like you're pretty much just gonna eliminate yourself on. There goes the Mercy. She goes flying down, and she can glide down all she wants right there, but she ends up getting eliminated. I wanted to really get that elimination on Bastion right there. Look, there's an Ana in this like little hallway right here. It's hilarious because he decides to push up a little bit. And look, I just completely slam her off, and people started leaving the game and stuff, and you know, at least they were a good sport about it. They said LOL in the chat. Dude, I think it's hilarious when Doomfist just knocks off people. Meteor strike right here, trying to focus in on that Mercy. Completely misses that fist right there, though. Then we get her right there. Junkrats, bye-bye. I quickly use my fist right there just to not hit anyone, just to escape all those bombs from the Junkrat that he drops when he dies. And that's pretty much game. Overwatch 2, an amazing game. I'm enjoying it a lot, and when it drops, or if there's more betas, I'm definitely going to be playing a lot more of it. We got play of the game, very epic, although I think that this play of the game wasn't anything too crazy, but we got the clip of the Junker Queen falling off right there, so that made up for it. But we only got one other elimination right here. I think it was, yeah, it was on Zenyatta, but, you know, it was good. It was fun.